Today we are taking care of your business, and we are specifically talking about meals and entertainment. I'm here with Greg Clarke from SB Partners, and Greg, meals and entertainment, it's like a catch-all sometimes for businesses, but in
Yes.
fact there are very strict guidelines on what's allowable and what isn't. First of all, let's talk about the meals side of things.
Okay. Well, with meals and entertainment, obviously it's traditional cost for people to incur meals or dinners, taking customers' contacts out for a meal, and that is 100% deductible in the business from an accounting perspective. But for tax purposes, CRA only allows you to deduct 50% of that cost on your tax return. So if you spend $1,000 in meals over the year, you're really only getting a $500 deduction for tax purposes.
For tax purposes, yeah.
The other thing you should keep in mind, which gets missed all the time, is any HST that you pay on that meal and entertainment should only be deducted at a 50% rate for purposes of filing your HST return. Mm-hmm. And that one is missed on a regular basis, so you have to be very careful to calculate that correctly.
And that is one of the things that CRA, if they do audit you, they will specifically address is, how have you handled meals?
Yep.
Now, the entertainment side is very similar to meals, but if you take your staff, for example, to a baseball game, or you take them out and have a Christmas party, what happens in that situation?
Well, that's a little different. If it's a team building event where the office is being taken out for a meal, let's say a summer barbecue or a Christmas party as an example, that is 100% deductible because it's seen as a team building activity and it's not the traditional promotional activity that really they're trying to capture under that 50% rule. So that would be fine. But what's important, I think, with meals and entertainment is how you also administer tracking of that. So what I usually recommend to clients is when they go to a meal with somebody, take the receipt and then turn it over and write on the back who they had lunch with, because the reality of the situation is when CRA comes in and does an audit, meals and entertainment is a hot spot for them to look at. So that way at least you have some context of who you had that meal with and what the business purpose of that meal was, because the reality is too, if you get audited, it's probably going to be at least a year, maybe even 2 years after when you had that original meal, so at least it'll remind you what the context of that meeting was around and why you deducted it for business purposes and that it wasn't just a personal expense. Right.
Now it's also very important, as you said, to have the receipt, because just having your Visa statement or your credit card statement or a bank statement, that shows a particular restaurant or style of entertainment is not good enough. You really do need the receipt.
You need the actual receipt. Is very important in all instances. CRA does not accept Visa statements for anything. They want the receipt.
Okay. So there you have it. Meals and entertainment are absolutely allowable, and your clients and your staff certainly do enjoy those moments where you are entertaining or feeding them. But do it properly, so that you have no issues when CRA walks in the door, and you can sleep very well at night and enjoy your next meal. For Halton Insider, I'm Deb Tymstra.